Hi everyone, we are back here. Getting sick a little bit, too much partying.
Too much.
But yeah, we are back here with Amedeo
Chin chin.
and a new guest.
Hello,
Louis.
guys.
His roommate, Louis. He was supposed to be last time. We hadn't have him for a while, but it's okay. This time we
I
you.
got sick last time. I had to cancel last moment.
Actually, you were present.
I was.
He showed up half naked last time, but we didn't film it. I had to cut it out because YouTube, of course, has its own fucking policies, but it's okay.
He just showed up to get some promo for his page.
Now you're getting some for his page, for his harem. That's what it is. For his harem.
Right.
Today's discussions, guys. We're gonna talk again from the point of view of internationals. We're gonna talk about culture. We're gonna talk about education, but at a completely different point of view than last time. Anyway, before we start, who the fuck are you?
So, who I am? Hello, guys. My name is Louis Mongeon. I'm French.
You're talking to us. You're not talking to
I
them.
arrived. When did I arrive? I arrived in the US 4 years ago now. In
4 years.
August 2019.
And your accent still sucks. Mine is bad, but yours
But
is awful.
I'm not trying to lose the accent, you know.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So-
I understand.
Okay. No, yeah, I arrived 4 years ago now, and I'm a college student here and also student athlete. So I play for the tennis team of UDC.
So a little Djokovic.
Yeah, Leo Federer. Do you know who is he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's pretty good.
He's okay. He's okay. He's okay.
Do you play tennis?
Huh?
Do you even play tennis?
I play tennis.
You do? Oh no, it's Nick.
Both of them play. They play
We
with.
both do. We both play. We suck, but we
Yeah.
play.
Oh,
So you can play with Drew.
Yeah, you can, you can play
He's
with
better
him.
than me, but he doesn't run because he's big. So I always win because the fucker doesn't run.
Yeah, of course.
He hates to run.
Well, I'm not even surprised.
Da. Anyway, you're here 4 years. So you're gonna
Yes.
stay, you're gonna leave, you're saying fuck this place, or you're gonna stay?
Good question. So I finished. I did my undergrad.
Okay.
So I got a BBA, and now I'm doing my MBA.
Okay.
For 2. I still have a year and a half, basically. Yeah, and then I'm gonna use my OPT. You know what is it?
I have no fucking idea
You
what
have
that
no
means.
fucking idea.
No.
So basically, after when you graduate, you have 1 year when you can work legally in the country. So
Okay.
I'm
So you're
I'm
not
allowed-
illegal.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not
Tienes
illegal.
papeles.
Yes, t'as des papiers.
Tigre papier. Oui. Bouble.
So yes, I can. I'm gonna use it. So I'm gonna try to find a firm who can, sponsor me.
So if you could, you would stay. That's
I
what
will.
you're saying.
I mean, that's the plan.
But you came here because they gave you the
Because they gave me basically.
for playing tennis.
Let's go back to 2018-19.
Okay.
I want basically. So I had, let's say, like a good level in tennis, and I wanted to keep playing at this level,
Mhm.
or even maybe higher.
Mhm.
But the problem is in France, when you finish high school and you enter university,
Mhm.
it's tough to do both, So because basically you study a lot and you don't really have time to practice
So
every
in
single
France,
day.
you study more. You
10,
know, in Italy is the same.
10 times more.
We have teams too, but in Italy again, they play just for the sake of doing it. But they
No.
Yeah,
I think that the main difference is that here you get money for it. I mean, you don't get money straight to your account, but you get money in terms of getting paid tuition to study.
Yeah.
So you
Do
get
they give you
something
money
out of
also
it.
to maintain yourself?
Yeah, you get some money.
An allowance.
Yeah.
You do whatever you want with the
Can
money.
you live off of it? Or do you need help?
I mean, for our standards, no, but I think
Your standards are fucked, okay? You should not represent the standard. You're the last person to represent the standard. I don't know about you, I don't have no, but you're the last person.
It's pretty much my model since I arrived. So
I feel like if I talk shit about American finances, he's even worse.
no, I'm very bad with finances.
The equivalent of an
yeah.
elephant.
So
And now you're here.
yeah.
So you like the fact
So
that they're
basically, yeah.
investing.
So that's what. What I was saying is, that's why I came here, because I wanted to still play, at a high level. And
Yes.
here they give you the opportunity to play a lot and also to study at the same time. So this is something that you don't have the chance to do.
But
in
do you
France.
actually study? Or you
I
feel
mean-
like you're studying less?
I mean, it's a joke, to be honest. Like I went to university here and I was studying more when I was in middle school than now, and this is actually the truth.
But is it because you're a...
No, I'm not. I'm not saying
you're saying
I'm not smart or
do you
anything.
study?
Like,
Do you study the same amount as your peers that do not do the sports? Is it the same amount of content?
Yeah,
Or you
Yes,
have like
yes.
a trimmed down version that more
No,
chill with
No,
you?
no, 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 no. It's a,
doesn't
no, no.
change.
Yeah, it doesn't change. It's
You
the
know, I
same, but-
noticed the same. So I
Mhm.
went to college in Italy, and then I
Mhm.
did a couple of courses here in Georgetown, which
Mhm.
apparently is top college.
Mhm.
First of all, the material is like 10 years behind. And I did
Yeah.
digital marketing, so social media, all that
Mhm.
shit, which is funny because I ended up doing this shit.
But
But behind.
What-
Secondly, when people say, oh, I have so much to study, yo, like German Italian high school was literally a concentration camp compared to this shit.
yeah, no.
Super difficult.
I'm surprised. You know what's scaring me is in math. Like I'm not a genius. Like I'm alright.
You
but,
definitely don't have the
I'm
face
not
of a
a
genius.
genius. I'm a genius for other things, but not for that. You know? And
Only with women, sometimes.
yeah,
Sometimes.
that's my field.
We were literally going grocery shopping. This fucker start talking.
We'll talk about this later.
Okay.
And so I write my freshman year, my first semester, I couldn't speak English at all. And
As if now you
we
can.
went. We had a math class, you know.
Yes.
And that class, literally, the professor was asking like basic stuff, like literally stuff.
I have a question actually. Are numbers the same here as in France,
It's a
or
bit
the
different.
numbers?
It's a bit different.
They have 99.
Like
99.
like the formulas are different, for example.
But the numbers are
They do
different.
different, like,
The numbers are different.
they use-
Numbers are the same.
Yeah, no, the numbers, but I'm saying the formulas.
To learn French, half of my French class was learning the fucking numbers.
Yeah.
Why do you have to add and subtract shit when you're just counting?
We're too
You know,
smart.
well,
cannot understand that because-
99. 99 is 4
Guys.
times 20 plus 19. That's the way they say
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's
yeah.
fucked up.
Yeah, I know it's fucked up. And
90,
you know what? You know,
99.
and you know in Belgium, so they speak French as well,
Yes.
but they don't do
It's,
this.
99.
71, some shit like this.
71.
Some shit like this, but it makes more
We
sense.
don't.
It
80.
it makes more sense.
80.
Sounds like shit,
What is
but it
this
makes more
bullshit?
sense. I don't know. I'm not the one who
Invented it.
Change it.
Like mine was a joke. Anyway, you guys took it serious, but
No, I take it serious because I had to study the shit.
but the numbers I made are numbers, so that's why math is not the best example.
So, boom! Can I come back to my story?
Yeah,
All right. And the professor was, asking like basic stuff, like this stuff that we maybe started to learn at the end of middle school, beginning of high school. So, I answered right away to the question, and literally 95% of the class like look at me and the other one that was next to me, and they were like, how can you know this? Like this is insane. I was like, and me, I got scared. I was like, oh my god, like this is stuff that we did like years ago, And they were looking at me like, oh, like you look at if I was a genius.
Wow.
It felt good, but
Wow.
it felt good. Like I'm gonna be smart in the US. For once, I'm gonna be like, shit.
Damn, if you are a genius, we have a problem.
That's
We have a problem.
But this is when I realized that I was like, damn, the level is bad,
pretty low.
pretty low. What was your major?
My major was business, economics and finance. Economics and finance. At Louis College, Louis, in
Where
Rome.
is it? Oh,
You
okay.
studied here. How was the level of college for you? Because
We were in the same.
you did the same.
We're in
No,
the same
he did
college.
architecture.
Yeah, but
But
we
the
were
same school.
Yeah, but he did something different. Maybe
yeah.
architecture was different. It's definitely exactly the same.
I think
Was it easy?
I went in Italy to a tough school because I went to Liceo Scientifico, which for those who know, it's like
It's not the classic though. The classic.
it's the same thing. It's just different stuff you study. But come on,
But is it
in
a
classic you don't study math.
But is it
Basically.
Is it a private school or
No, no.
Yeah, but you study Greek.
Yeah,
you imagine
okay.
studying
Why do you have to
ancient
talk like this, Theo? Talk like a normal person, please.
Shut the fuck up.
Anyways, I was saying, high school in Italy was 3 times more difficult than grad school in the US. Not undergrad.
High school was more difficult because you also did grad school.
Hmm.
Okay.
I'm not surprised.
But you know what? I see the difference. Like I have friends that study in Italy, go to university, and for them one exam can be on a book, literally on a book.
Yeah.
Here it's on a chapter,
Yeah.
and it's a multiple choice. And if you don't do it right, you get a makeup or some other ways.
Exactly.
Italy gotta retake
Exactly.
the whole entire class.
Exactly. Yeah. And the goal is, I feel like the goal here is to make everyone pass the class.
Yeah, because they're spending $60,000 a year.
Exactly. But because in France, trust me, give a shit if
What
you
is
pass.
What is the average age of graduation in France?
For what? For high school?
No, college.
I
'Cause
mean,
in
I
it-
would say look, I'm 23 and I graduate, I would say between 23 and 25, 22, 26, something like this, you know?
They don't go late because in Italy.
Because in Italy, so many people go late.
I mean,
still
it
know.
depends why.
I know people did the bachelor. They
30 plus.
finish at 27. The bachelor, 3-year college.
They go past 30.
Pastori,
It's
you
maybe
need to
too
have an
much.
actual mental.
No, like some of them, like when you study engineering and all that, I know people that take a while.
Madonna,
I mean,
30
yeah,
anni,
it
cioè,
depends,
with
it
10
depends which field you are, because yeah, like if you do, for example, let's
If
say
you're
I want-
stupid like
one
us
of my
doing
best friend,
economics,
he's doing engineering, yeah, he's still studying, you know.
Yeah.
But same if you do medicine, you know, same. This you do so many years.
let me ask you a question.
Mhm.
Did you choose economics or did you choose economics because you didn't know what to do? Let's see.
Nah, I actually, so look, when I was in high school, I did the scientific section first, and then I didn't like it, and I went to economic section, and I liked it. So that's why when I came here, I was like, all right, I'm gonna do business, you know, because it's something that I like.
Le business.
Something that I like, you know. So no, I would have liked, you know what? Maybe
like
now
it.
I regret maybe a little bit. I would have liked maybe to do architecture, maybe because it's something that I
I
like
can
as well.
see you with high
see.
neck.
Yeah,
looking
But you know, like I'm gonna go against a little bit the way we are talking about American school because it's pretty much talking bad about them. But like if I
there's positives.
if I have to compare to Italian way of studying in university, I can see that what is positive here is that you study less things, but you study what you need.
Yeah.
Because you know in Italy there are so many useless
I was focused.
there are so many useless exams that you need to take of things that you're never gonna use in your field.
Yes. Now I will be the old school bastard, and I will say yes. America is nice to specialize, but in a world that changes so quickly, if you specialize, you become obsolete very quickly. The cool thing of Italy is you have a very large foundation everywhere, which allows you to, if you come to America, for example, to adapt very quickly. That is the cool thing of the way we study. So we're not as specialized in one little thing, but if you go in a world like America as an Italian or probably also as a French, it allows you to adapt very quickly because you have a larger foundation.
You have a better, yeah, of course. But like,
So if you know what you want to do,
what
good.
I think is you cannot make 100% of students prepare in a way that only the 15% of them are gonna need of working outside of the country. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yes, okay.
Like if you wanna do that, then figure out a way to have a different track for those that wanna do that, and prepare them.
I mean, medicine, you still specialize though in Italy.
man,
Medicine,
It's
Different story.
I mean, economics is pretty vague. Engineering,
Yeah,
you
but
still
not-
specialize
Not as much as
in
medicine.
Italy, but it's still, yeah, it's much more vague. No, the good thing of American thing is there's a lot more practical. You actually do on-site, you do business cases, you talk to companies, you're much more in
but you
contact with
do-
companies.
in
In Italy, we had one career day and that's it. In America, you're constantly doing projects with companies, even while you're just
But
studying.
you're talking about in high school or university?
College.
College, yeah.
College.
I mean, I feel no. I feel it's no. It's just this is the same in France. I mean, I never studied there, so I cannot really. From what I heard, it's like
Here
basically.
they're much closer. Companies and colleges are much closer than Italy. In Italy, it depends. I went to private college, so yes, with Confindustria with Luis, but generally speaking, not as hardcore. But I mean, you're still studying.
Yeah.
Tell me, I'm very curious about this one because I have a little brother, okay, and he
How old
also
is he?
told he's 19. He's in the military.
So
keeps
he's in
says-
college.
He started college, but then he said, you know what, fuck this, and he went straight to military, which I love. He's now jacked, kicking ass, cool guy, amazing.
Not like you.
Fuck you, fuck off, really fuck off.
Next.
I'm gonna unscrew your head and shit in your throat. It's what did I want to say? He talks to me about his peers. But before I talk about what he says, you let me know. How are the American students? Do they give up? Are they badass? Do they shit their pants? Do they complain?
Oh
are they
my
good
God.
students? What? Be careful what you say. Be strong, but be
So
careful
I'm
what
gonna
you
say the truth. I'm gonna say what I think. I mean, to be honest, I feel like the students here it's a joke. Like they complain about
We started
everything.
extremely bad.
I mean,
with
it's-
3 words and you're ready.
Can I say something before it goes?
Go ahead.
Which
right.
is something that I noticed also, not just in school, but like, you know, on a side, I've been coaching tennis and all that. And I've been doing summer camps for like, you know, pretty prestigious schools, so
Yeah.
kids of wealthy families. And like a general attitude that they have here towards learning is that you should never put down the student, the kid. You should never,
Exactly.
let's say, humiliate
Yeah.
with like,
Mhm.
how you say this in English? I don't know. Like, let's say,
Parentheses,
humiliate.
right?
Yeah. No, parentheses.
Emotional damage. No emotional damage.
While to me, in Italy, I have so many memories of being.
Psychological terrorism.
Man, sometimes I was writing in class, I was like this, like I'm gonna
Yo,
get
But
dead.
no, the craziest example to me is that here oral exams don't exist. Like the concept of
Yeah.
oral exam doesn't exist.
Yeah.
In Italy, you go to school and you never know. It can be the day that you get called up.
Yeah, like Edwin come to the board.
Yeah.
And
and,
explain me
and
the
whenever they
chapter
call
of
you,
history.
you don't know shit.
Yeah, and you're dead.
They know that you don't
and
know.
you get the bad grade, you get
Yeah, and you take it.
and you get destroyed, and that's it. It's like it's part of the
But
learning, you know.
That's why we're popular for bullshitting, because as you do it,
Yeah,
you
you
learn
can-
how
you can- and you
to
can handle
bullshit your way
Yeah, and you can
through
handle it. You can
showing
take
that you studied even though you didn't.
it. Right.
Do
So-
not never take Italians for serious because we're good bullshitters. Be careful. I'm saying this.
This
He
for
is the worst. He
This
is
for
the
sure.
worst. Well, you're also pretty good.
Yeah, I learned from him. I was already like that when I arrived.
Aha, sì.
And
So yeah, keep going on.
No, I went to German school. Cioè, I literally felt like I was in a concentration camp. The guy would come in. Hello, today we're gonna interrogate. We're gonna interrogate Amadeo in the front. I fucking hated it.
yeah, that was like this. And you know, like for example, let's say we're supposed to have an exam on Wednesday in one of our class, and we have another class, and the professor say, "Hey guys, we're gonna have an exam on Thursday." Everyone is gonna say, "No, we already have an exam on Wednesday. We don't have time. Oh my god, my mental health, blah blah blah." It's like me, I'm laughing. Like, and if this happened in France, the professor is gonna listen, you motherfucker. You just because you complain, you're gonna have an exam on Wednesday and another one on Thursday, and that's it. You know, I wouldn't even have think about asking the professor to don't do the exam on Thursday. You know, and here, if they have 2 exams in like 2 weeks, game over. Like it's like they have so much stuff to do, they're never gonna find the time, stuff like this, even though we spend like no more than 18 hours per week at the university. You know, and in France, let's say in college, you spend like 8 hours a day.
Yeah, I know people that they stay the whole day in.
Yeah, like usually I would say
But even high school, I was studying a good
No, but I'm saying it like
high school.
homework.
Yeah,
We have homework. My brother.
yeah, I know. Here we have
So the daughter of my brother-in-law, the husband of my sister. Okay, he still had a daughter. He has a daughter. They don't have homework. She's 10 years old.
yeah, it's crazy.
Motherfuckers, they would at 10-year-old, they would kick my ass. And I was 10-year-old with homework. Like I would study until 2 and then we would go home and we would have homework, because if you didn't do homework, you won't be ready for next day where you would be interrogated.
me, I got to a point in high school where professor would tell my parents that I will have to stop doing sports because I didn't have enough time to study.
Exactly.
That's another one.
Here, they will never dare to tell the parents you should make your kids stop doing this.
Money.
I think here the parents will go to the professor and say, "Can you give less stuff because you know my kid doesn't have the time to play
Yeah, but
sports."
because
and
the
all that."
sports, there's money here involved also.
And because
like
sports,
you want
because,
your kids to go
because
to
College, yeah, play college.
they live for that. Like it's something big here, you know. In France, sometimes, you know, so again, let's say I had a good level, and sometimes I was like asking my professor if I could miss 1 day of class because I had a tournament somewhere. They were like, "Man, there is no way. Like, there is no way I could miss just one day of class."
the other way to miss is to fake being
sick, but this I had to deal with the parents, so that was another problem, you know.
No. I was my parents were complacent when I had.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did the same. They never cared.
It's okay.
I did it a few times, you know, but again, you cannot do it all the time. You know, at some point, it sucks to always ask your parents to fake, you know, being sick because you want to go play a tournament.
Did you ever do the thing of not showing up to class without your parents?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did for an exam.
You know now it's impossible to do it.
In France?
In Italy, I see with my brother, they have it's everything online now.
Did you ever
So you need
If he doesn't go to school, my parents will get a text right away that he's not in school.
even
Me,
when
they
you
will
were
call.
younger? No, with us it was all on paper.
Oh yeah, okay, but
So you just
I'm
sign.
saying
Now
nowadays
it's
they cannot do
impossible.
it. It's impossible.
Cazzo. Did you ever?
And
Oh,
even
I'm
the
gonna
thing,
ask you the hard one.
I used to hide so many bad grades from my parents, and now
Did
it's
you ever
impossible
fake
'cause
the
it's-
signature? Did you ever fake a signature of yours?
Yeah,
No,
of
I didn't
course.
because as I
Oh
said,
yes, this, yeah.
no, me no, because as I said, my parents they will understand if I say one day I will just say, yeah, I'm not feeling that good, I'm staying home. They'll be like, okay, right. They were not like, oh, let me see, take your fever, and if you have, you stay home. If not, you go. They were like, okay, whatever. So I didn't really have to fake and lie and say I'm going to school, but I'm going somewhere else. Also, because to me it was like, if I have to stay walking around the whole morning in the cold, I'd rather stay in school at this point.
So this
Yeah.
is warm. So you're saying that it's easier here, they're weaker
I mean,
here.
yeah, it's and again, as Marco said here, the professors, they are here to help you. They are here to make you pass the class. Like they really don't want anyone to fail the class. In France, they don't give.
We fail.
I'm not saying in France they're here to make you fail, you know. But if you do, it's your problem. It's your fault, you know.
No, for us it's normal. I lost half of my class throughout all of high school because every year 3-4 people would get
Yeah.
kicked out
Yeah.
and would have to repeat
No,
the
to me
entire
they will
class.
it could just change school. They will just change school.
Yeah.
Yeah, the typical thing, you had a couple of people that would not pass the same grade twice, so they would go to a school that helps them skip a couple of classes. You know what I'm talking about.
But for us, it was different because if you're just a bad student, I mean, you know, you're trying hard and stuff, but you don't pass, then it's fine. You can stay. If it's because of your behavior and stuff, you don't show up to class or you do some bullshit, yeah, then you have to change and go somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
How did we end up talking about this?
I don't know, because we were talking about.
We've been talking about the American students, what he saw in college.
Yeah, no, it's. And again,
Are there still-
same.
Are there
This
still
is crazy.
tough?
To
Are
me.
there still tough students? Do you still find a couple?
Yeah, of
or-
course, like of course.
But generally
like,
speaking, you're saying the
but average, like it's really bad. Like, and I feel like the culture. Oh my god, the level.
the culture.
Like they know nothing. Like about, for example, look. Let's take the example of Jew. He didn't know when Christopher Columbus discovered the America, right? He didn't know that. 1492. See, I'm smart. Yeah, my friend.
Damn.
You should ask him some questions. Let's see if he knows.
About what? No, I know nothing about
I'm
American history.
I'm gonna think about one, and I'm gonna ask it after.
You're typical, the World War II.
The World War. Yeah, but he knows. He's Italian. He must know.
No, that don't ask me that stuff. I know that stuff by heart.
Yeah, of course.
You can
Because
go
you know-
harder.
because-
For example, one thing I always forget
no.
is the fall of Rome. When is the year?
To detail. I don't remember now.
Oh, this I have no clue.
Yo, I take that at heart every time.
Nah, this I
We
have
were
no
the empire of the world.
The fall of Rome. That Rome.
The old Rome.
I thought you meant Rome, like in the.
clue. Rouen?
No. Oh, I'm talking about Rome. Rome.
No, but you know what I was impressed is, like, for example, here, half of let's say, I'm sure half of the class, they don't even know when was the First World War and the Second World War. Like, they have no idea.
Most people don't even know what happened in the First World War because everybody only talks about the Second one.
Yeah, okay, but like, to me, this is insane. It's insane to me, you know. And
I got one question.
I was about to say something.
Go for it.
I forgot.
I go.
I
You
forgot.
just
I
put
was-
something in my
I
head.
was about to send a bomb and I forgot.
Said the bomb.
I
We're
forgot.
talking about people don't even know what the First World War was about, who was there, and then you were about to explode on something.
Mhm.
You lost it.
Mhm.
You lost
Get
it.
to say.
It's fine.
Okay.
Okay. The question is, because you're still in college,
Mhm.
are they teaching some of like the whole new cultural stuff in your college?
No. I
They're
mean-
not.
Depends which classes you're taking, but like,
He's already in grad school.
I'm already in grad
You
school.
have to see someone starting now.
Yeah.
Are you getting any courses of like culture, integration, all this
I
kind
mean,
of stuff?
me, I heard 4 years ago and I had nothing.
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 Interesting.
It was 4 years ago, so I guess.
Okay, that's interesting because based on what you see portrayed out there and what you actually experience as a student, it's very interesting. That's
Mhm.
good.
But I mean, my freshman year, I had some classes. It's like oral communication.
Mhm.
Man, you show up in front of the teacher and you say, hello, my name is Louis, blah, blah, blah. You need to introduce yourself. This is a speech. You're in college. Like, this is stuff that my cousin who's 6 years old can do it, I think, you know. And you had to do these things, you know. Like, this was, I mean, the freshman year was useless as fuck, you know. Like, I learned nothing.
That's why the first 2 years you done community
I mean,
college.
the first 3 years, 2.5 years, you know. Then I started to have some interesting classes, but at first it's...
See, that's one thing that is interesting here. First 2-3 years is pretty much the same for everybody here in America. And then the last one is where you specialized. In Italy, you go straight up into your focus.
Yeah.
You know nothing, blah, 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 blah,
because you already learned everything in high school. But here you don't do anything in high school, so...
But I'll tell you, I'm glad that they kicked our ass in Italy. Because then you come here,
of course.
You're already working. When I came into corporate America, life was a joke. It was easy as fuck. When I hear my colleagues complaining, I wanted to punch them in the face. Like, brother, you have no fucking idea.
But also, those are the best memories. To me, like, I talked so many times with my older classmates from high school. Do you remember that time how we got
fucked up? You know what happened once?
How I got fucked.
You know what? We had we had some French classes, and one day, so what our teacher was doing, you know, so basically the grade it works, it's out of 20. So if you have 10, you pass. 10 out of 20, you pass.
Okay.
You know? If you have less, then you fuck.
You guys are easy. To us, with half you fail. It's a 5.
Oh yeah, it's 5. 5, you're out.
So basically, then
Italy is
what she was doing. When she was giving us, you know, like the answers after, she was like, all right. She was going from the best grade to the worst one. So she was like calling the first people, 18 out of 20, 17, 14.
And you would never be called.
And after 10, she was like, all right, guys, the rest.
Bullshit.
And she was dropping everything on the floor. No. So you had to go like, oh, chew shit, you know, you are getting, you know.
And we 0.
And man, and one day I show up and, you know, we had to do like an assignment. And I arrived in the morning. And I said to to my group of friends, fuck, man, guys, I found it on the internet, sick. And one look at me, is like, oh, me too. And another one, yeah, me too. And we start to look at each other like, oh my God, hopefully it's not the same website, you know. We look at each other, man, the exact same thing. I was like,
copy paste.
Like shit. But we couldn't do it. It was literally, we had the class right away. So we give it to the professor. Then we're like, all right, let's wait a few days, let's pray, you know. And man, 1 week after, she showed up in class. Peace, like you have no idea.
Of course.
She didn't even look at us. And she just at the beginning of the class, Louis and all of my friends, you guys come see me at the end. She gave the answers to everyone except us. Nothing. End of the class. We stay, we all, you know, at our desk. Man, scared like you have no idea. And she doesn't even look at us, doesn't even talk to us. She doesn't even say a word. She waits for like 10 minutes. And she was just typing some stuff on the computer.
Very hard.
Man, like this. And then she turned around the computer and she was like, do you guys recognize this website? That was the website.
She knew
that we you know.
Yeah, but can you imagine a ChatGPT today?
Hey, man,
being a student today is a joke.
I know, but
that website now you can find all the answers.
I mean, even in the past,
you have ChatGPT now, whatever.
ChatGPT, just ask ChatGPT.
You know, but that day she humiliated us, and she was like, listen,
in front of the entire class,
man,
that's
in front of everyone. And then
I love it.
And then she was like, all right, guys, you have until tomorrow morning. So it was like we had less than 20 hours, 15 hours to do it. You know, and it's like a 10 hours assignment. She was like, you have until tomorrow morning to do it again, and if you don't, then you get 0. That's it. Now, like, we didn't even try to talk, didn't even try to negotiate. We're like, all right, see you tomorrow. And we did the day after, so we all did it again. We did it, and we got like, I don't remember. I think I got like 13 or something, which was
you barely made it.
You know, but for that, she know, like the way she humiliated us, this will never happen here. Like, I think you do this.
You
the parents are gonna sue you. They're gonna sue.
Yes.
They're gonna sue the professor.
The amount of times you get humiliated in front of a class of 30 people is
the worst is when you go up and they start asking you a question and you're just standing there quiet.
Yeah,
and saying nothing, or to say something stupid.
And then everyone start laughing. And then you wanna laugh, but if you laugh, then you get fucked.
You're fucked.
What to say? It was a Saturday.
I was like, did you study? Then you
You
start
say,
putting out
yes.
an
No, you have to say yes.
excuse.
You say, yeah, of course. Who do you think I am?
My dog
And
ate
then-
the homework.
And then
I
once
fell down the
it
stairs.
was like a Saturday, so we had class on Saturday. We had 2 hours of physics and 2
Yes.
hours of philosophy. Imagine. And then, so we went out, I think the night before with my friend, blah, blah, blah. We were fucked up. We showed up to class dead. And we just, like I was in the first row and I fell asleep with my friend, but like this, but literally like asleep. And the
Cazzo.
professor, he arrived, man, and he just slapped the desk like this. I woke up, I was like, man, what the fuck is going on? And he was like, are you guys sleeping well? Like, making fun of us like crazy.
Amazing.
But like destroying
Amazing.
us. But this was like every week. I have stories, I have thousands of stories like this,
Plenty.
Here I have nothing fun. In 4 years, nothing happened.
Okay.
Not fun.
We all have a pretty traumatizing past, but it's
Yeah.
funny. Okay, in terms of school.
Mhm.
How do you think what you saw with America? Because the podcast is in English. We gotta focus about the American people.
Uh-huh.
You saw the student in America. What do you foresee for the future of America and those students when they go into real life? You understand the question?
Yeah, I do.
Like you see that there's approach towards student, how they're being treated. Then they get thrown out into real life and they start competing with the entire world.
Mhm.
What
think
happens?
that's a problem because they are not ready. Like us, let's say we had like a tough education. Like me, when I was in France, I had like a tough education, So I'm ready to have like challenges and stuff, Like I know something can go bad and it's fine. I have to find a way, to still make it happen. But here, the problem is they never experienced it before. So when they arrive in the real world, they start working. And for example, they have a boss that they don't like, they're going to be like, what the fuck is that? And they're going to quit right away,
They quit.
They quit. I think because they don't try, Like us, we are used to these things. So, even though we don't like it, we still do it. Because we...
All the toxic relationships we had, come on. He's surprisingly silent.
I wonder why.
Well, he's already in the real world. What do you think?
Yeah,
have
you are. Me,
colleagues.
I'm not...
You've been. He's still in Wonderland. What about you? What do you see? People your age in the real world and how they act.
Okay, I'm gonna make this comparison. I'm gonna compare people my age here and people my age in Europe. And this,
So Europe, you mean Italy, because that's what you saw.
and this goes, it's a point for Americans too, for me. The reason why I'm saying that, is because I'm 29, and in Italy we finish high school at 19 if you don't fail any spicy. Yeah?
Porca puttana! Oh,
Oh,
God!
Yeah, you don't
So-
know.
No! Fuck you guys!
So in Italy you finish high school at 19, okay?
Yes. In America,
And then
19.
and then you have 5 years of college if you don't miss any year, right? Which in Italy I will say it's a small percentage. I mean it's a minorance, right? You study in Italy,
I studied in Italy.
so
Yeah, but I accepted any grade and graduated into.
right. But let's say in Italy, what there's an average of getting in the work field, what, let's say between 25 and 26, right? While here it's 22.
Yeah, this is true too.
It's 22.
It's true.
So
So you have very young people and
what happens
that is a very good
is
fucking
that by
point.
by the time you are 30 years old, here you have almost a decade of working experience.
Which is, I am 28, and I have 6-7 years of work.
Yeah, but again,
experience.
he's
That's
saying...
yeah, it's actually
but
very
he's
true.
saying average.
No, but I like what is very true. You're getting into the real world very young.
Meanwhile, in Italy,
30 years, you start working at 30.
30 because you finish at 25, 26. But in Italy, you're not gonna get a job the day after you graduate, like here. You're gonna get maybe an internship where you have to work for free. You have to shuffle around.
Most of the time, you still study and you work.
You do 6 months here, they don't pay you. You go 6 months somewhere else, and you start over basically your whole path. So you get to 30 years old where you have like maybe 3 or 4 years of working career.
Compared to the American counterpart.
Compared to Americans that at 30 they are already literally adults with a decade of working experience.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is, in my opinion, Americans, by the time they get to 30, so almost my, no, yeah, I'm almost 30, so basically almost my age,
12.
they are much more responsibilized. Like they,
Ooh, okay,
Wow.
okay. No, keep on going. Keep on
based on
going.
my working experience, like I know people that I work with that I don't know their age, but by the way they behave in at work, I will think they are much older than me. Not much, but a few years older than me. While when I find out they are maybe 2 or 3 years younger than me, and why?
Because they've been
No,
working for a while already.
and also because here there's this mentality that by 30 you should be like a serious worker. Not that in Italy you are not a serious worker, but like you are much more responsibilized here when you're 30 by your peer workers. They give you much more responsibility. Meanwhile, maybe in Italy you are 30 and you're still feeling like, oh, I basically just started. It's fine. I can take it easy. They're just gonna give me some small responsibilities.
Okay, now but you're focusing on the work side here, which is good.
Hmm.
You definitely have more work experience. Are you more mature as a human being at the age of 30 as an American or as an Italian? Mature, I mean overall.
I think so.
Also overall.
Yeah, and you can see on many aspects. Like,
So cioè, both from the superficial ones and the deeper ones, I believe there are many aspects on general European is much more ahead on some factors. So work-wise, I agree with you because at 30, the American has much more experience. So on that one, I agree.
how many Europeans, Italians do you see at 23 getting their own place and living on their own?
Yeah, this is
Okay, guys, you're talking to a
I don't-
28-year-old guy that last year officially started living without the parents because they moved out and now it's me and my sister. So now we're officially living.
That's a different story. I'm talking a traditional Italian growing up and
Italian.
working in Italy.
So, do you consider leaving your parents' house becoming mature, or do you think you don't need to be mature?
No, I don't think so, but I feel like it's a sign of trying to reach your independence. I'm not saying it's the only indicator of that. I'm saying it's something that shows at least the try. Because I know where you're getting. You're getting to the point where you say, oh, it's mature to live with your parents because that makes you save money to get a place and all that. Okay, that's you. But not 7 out of 10 Italians that do that, they do it because they like to live at their own
Have everything
parents,
set by the
having the
parents.
parents cooking, having the mom cleaning for them and all that. Not because they want to save. Because maybe they go and they buy a Mercedes and then they go in the weekends and spend all the money.
The money on shit because they saved it from.
So that's what I'm saying. I know your point of view, I understand your point of view, what you're trying to say, but I'm saying it's a minority of
Let me
people.
ask you another point of view. This is an extra argument on all of this. Why? And again, I agree with your point of view that Americans are much more mature in the work environment. Why do pretty much all immigrants that come to the United States at young age kick ass? They
Because
destroy the competition.
come here at, what do you mean by young age? Like, for example, us in college?
20s.
college.
Because we come from
He's
a
stupid, but he's not that stupid.
because we come for a very strong preparation. We come for a very strong preparation of middle school, high school, and not just the material we learn, but like literally the education we
What I'm
get.
saying is, yeah, the foundation we have
Exactly, and
allows
then you
us.
mix that with the environment, working environment of the US. That's almost a perfect mix, in my opinion.
So once again, we have we live in an environment in Italy that, in most cases you described, does not lead to maturity at the same pace as Americans. But if you have that foundation and you come here,
Mhm.
you grow up much quicker.
You,
But because also I
I
believe
think, no, I think you're much tougher
Yeah.
at 20 as an Italian or European. What I also like to say is, like a 20-year-old Italian, like I'm saying Italian because it's Italian, but
Yeah.
maybe French, is also much more, let's say, street smart than an American
oh,
20-year-old.
yes, we are. How many of you worked in the club environment at a young age?
Just a little bit,
You
but
definitely did. You
I
never
didn't.
did.
Mhm.
No, okay.
but
It's a fucked up environment, but it's fun as hell, man. My cousin did. My cousin was really good with selling
Nick,
tickets. I mean, yeah, it makes sense.
Now everything makes sense.
Everything makes sense. Yo, when he still had hair, he was selling tickets
Damn.
like a motherfucker.
I want to see a picture of him with hair.
Yeah, it was funny. He had like these.
I can't imagine it.
Curly
He
hair?
had curly,
Oh, no.
long hair. Yo, he was
What?
flirting with girls
Man,
on
he's only 25.
Snapchat. Huh?
When did he cut everything?
20. He came here at 22, 20, no, 21. He'd been here 4 years.
Like me?
21. He was already no hairs.
No way.
It's genetics.
Damn.
The reason why I have long hair is because my father is bald, so I'm enjoying them until I have them.
Mm.
So you're next in line to get bald.
It's okay. I already cut my hair to zero a while ago. It works.
My dad see he has something here, so
It's okay.
What they say is that you get it from your mom's side.
You never know. You never know.
Yeah.
But it's still exact. So if you put them at 20s, the European is much more mature, but in the 30s on average, if you leave them in the place where they are, America.
That's the thing. It's not about the person itself that at 20 is
Environment.
mature and then at 30 it becomes needy out of the sudden, you know? It's just the environment that makes you start working and makes you start getting responsible at much younger age. So because of that, once you get to 30, it's natural that you are much more mature than someone that's worked for 2-3 years.
Yeah, that's
Now,
this,
here
I
was-
agree with that.
Here, I will not speak out of data. I like to speak out of data normally, but it's not about data. This is about my own personal experience.
Mm.
And of course, maybe they were biased or not. The amount of women that told me that, American boys in their 30s still behave like a boy is nuts.
Yeah, but let's bring them to Italy and see what they say.
Yeah, exactly.
When they go and they say, "Can I sleep over?" and they say, "Oh, I have to ask my
Yeah.
parents if I can have people sleeping at 30 years old."
Good point. Wait.
Mm.
Because
here, at the end of the day, they all go to college, so they all leave home at like 18. So most of them, they have their own place at 18, 19, you know.
Yes, but their own place is a floor with a mattress and a PlayStation.
Yeah, but they still have their place.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
Alright, finish what you
you're
have
not
to
living
say.
with dad and mom anymore.
Okay, let me continue on this
1-0 from me.
True, but and this is something that I see a lot on social media, and I debate a lot with other people on social media. There's a couple of female creators, American, that now live in America, where we debate this. The fact that a European man, specifically now Italian, but I guess also French, knows how to treat a woman much better.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but this has nothing to do with being mature.
It's also being
Yeah.
mature because it's also understanding the other side. Maturity is also understanding
This I
I'm
jump-
sorry.
I jump
I'm a
into.
romantic, but maturity is also understanding the other side.
You have another romantic.
Fuck you! You're the guy that talks to anybody that breathes.
No,
okay? Chill out.
I will never.
Oh, I would never. Hello. Vaffanculo.
I don't think that being mature and being responsible and being knowing how to deal with your money and being independent
Money
What is responsible?
has anything to do with how you deal with women.
It's
I don't
part of
think-
it. It's everything.
I don't know. I don't agree, but that's me.
Also, when it comes to finances, I believe that Italians are much more responsible than Americans, and that's data.
No, that's for sure.
That is data.
Here
That is
they don't
data.
know how to-
70% of Americans do not have $1,000 for an emergency expense. 70%. So 350 million Americans, you know that 70, 140, 210, 230 million do not have $1,000. 230 million in the first world country.
But why? I mean, is it okay? I guess it's a good
Why?
a good slice of that cake is because they don't know how to handle with money. How to handle money, but
It's not about handling money. It's about over-consuming, which is a sign of immaturity. It is me being insecure about being broke, buying shit I don't need, so I can show that I'm not broke even though I am a fucking peasant.
Mhm. That's the mentality. Him. They like to.
That is the mentality. And
They like to show off.
I have the data and I work in the bad areas. You know that. I work in shit areas sometimes. You saw that I have bullet holes in the side of some of my houses. Okay. The number one cars in poor areas being driven is used Mercedes and used BMW.
oh, yeah, but that's true. Huh?
That's why I drive a used BMW.
And I don't have $1,000 in savings.
Yeah, you were talking about yourself.
Yeah, I'm a fucking peasant. I always say that on my TikToks. I'm a fucking peasant. But what I'm saying is, what is for you a responsible person? Because if it is the finances, I disagree. If it is treating a woman as a man, I disagree. When it is understanding the work environment, I agree.
Yeah, actually, you made a good point.
Because the American is the perfect corporate employee. They know how to handle the corporate life. They know what to say. They know how to be diplomatic. People hated me because I would call them straight. I would never send emails because I don't want to be held accountable on anything. So I just call, so you don't have the proof, and I tell you that you're a piece of shit. And then I close the phone.
So cool.
Eh?
So cool.
No. Cioè, sometimes you got to wake people up.
Yeah.
Che cazzo? What you just said, the college kid, you call them, it's like, wake the fuck up. Boom. No emails was sent, nobody can complain. You just learned something today, okay? If you want to complain about somebody,
Don't call on Teams.
No, call on the phone.
Zoom.
No.
Call on the phone and make the phone call 10 seconds if you want to say something bad, so nobody can record that. That's a corporate America life hack.
What does it mean being responsible?
What is being responsible?
Well, I don't think I'm the most appropriate person to answer this question. But
At least he's self-aware.
no, but honestly, I don't know.
What is your concept of looking at a person saying that person is responsible?
A person that has a plan.
Or like a life plan?
Like, for example, you know, you make X amount of money per month, you have X amount of expenses. So you know, you have a plan of how to deal with that money, and that's money wise. But then again, responsible in terms of private life. There's one definition works for everything in terms of private life, but in terms of like dealing, I say money because at the end of the day, money is what then is gonna impact the way you live, the car you drive, and so on. So I think a responsible person is a person that makes decisions without having these decisions biting them back in the ass.
Okay. What is your concept of being a responsible person?
So I totally agree with him money-wise.
Money-wise?
Because
having a budget.
Like, I agree with you when you said Americans here, they don't really have a plan. They spend
financially, they live on a day-by-day basis.
Exactly. Like, while us, you know, like, you think about it. Yeah, you know what. Huh?
At least we try.
At least we try. Sometimes you fuck it up.
Then 5 days to Ibiza come up. And
then Marco calls me, wanna go to Ibiza. We go, and then
he's been fighting the whole night to have me come to New York to club, and I still said no.
Yeah, but tomorrow you're gonna be in the train tomorrow night.
Ma vaffanculo te il train.
Marco Carola.
I have Marco Filigioni. I don't need Marco Carola. It's much more of a blast.
But no, yeah, I think like, yeah, for example, us, at least me, you know, like I know what I make, I know what I can't spend, you know. So to me, this is being responsible.
He is so good with women that he will have her pay and still have the woman.
No, I would no, I will not do that. I will never do that.
No, but I know you will be capable.
No. I mean, if it's a challenge, I can try, but I can try if you want, but no, I would never. And then,
well, women now, they get offended if you pay for them anyways.
That's not true. That is a bullshit that they say. I believe that all of them appreciate when you don't look, you just pay and that's it, and it's normal.
Yeah.
Go on.
But why? For guarantee or because you show that you can afford to pay?
It's not showing that you can afford. We live in a... Okay, sorry. Finish first and then we continue. Finish your discussion.
Well, what I was saying. Being responsible.
Money.
Then again, I join him again. I think there is no age. For example, if you talk about women, let's talk about women. You know, it's not
woman.
It's not because let's say you get engaged at 22, that you're responsible, and someone else who's not engaged or anything at 29 is not responsible. You know,
Thank you.
it's because
Honestly, I believe that getting married in your 20s is the most stupid thing you can do.
again, I totally agree with this.
Also,
Like,
because in your 20s, and you are the perfect example, and we are the perfect example, and we are the perfect example. You're still fighting between this brain and your second brain.
Yeah,
The heart, you mean?
You know? Boom, boom, boom.
all right, but yeah, like again, it's not like
That's a life advice.
I know some
stupid facts.
you know some people who are like, all right, I'm 26, let's stop doing some bullshit, let's get engaged, let's get married, you know, because I need to be responsible. But
Most
to me, it's not
people-
like this. Like, you can meet someone that you love at 23, but you can also meet someone else that's when you're 30.
No,
you
of
know?
course you can.
And it's not like me. Again, I'm gonna take my example. I'm 23. I had a relationship. I'm not saying I'm not responsible, but just didn't find the right person. That's it, you know. But imagine in 6 years I'm in the same position. It's not like I'm responsible. Like, I'm ready to have a relationship.
Actually, I think it's more responsible to say I prefer not to date someone that I'm not fully committed to than saying I date her just because the society wants me to be in a
That, yeah, I agree
Yeah.
with that. I agree with that.
Exactly. Yeah. So I joined his point. I totally agree with him on that.
For me, it's a mix of things. It's how you handle your finances, how you handle people in general, how you treat people, how you treat women. How much?
treat. What do you mean by how you treat? Of course, if we are talking about respect women, but not women, but men, people in general.
People in general.
That's one thing.
How
But if you
you-
tell me like again of being in relationships or not being,
No. People in general, not talking relationship.
Yeah.
How another important one. This is true sign of maturity. Is how good you are with impulse control. If you cannot control your impulses, you're a fucking kid. If you live, sorry, you are a fucking kid.
He recognized himself.
I destroyed them. Yeah, this is a podcast. Fuck you. It's true. Okay, you cannot control your impulse. You're a fucking kid.
No,
Wait,
no,
I don't agree.
no, I don't agree with that.
Listen to
Because
another
no,
one.
you maybe
Listen-
just let's say us. Let's take our example.
Yes.
Sometimes we're like last one, like fuck.
No,
Should
guys.
we go out tonight?
No.
It's not because we're not being mature.
Listen.
It's just because we
Yes,
we want to
but
have fun.
you still plan it though.
What do you mean?
You still have it in your mind for a week. Impulse control means I want to do something right now, and then your logic says perhaps I should not do it. You know what? Maybe I should not do it. That is impulse control.
well, that's okay.
If you're saying this weekend I
But
want to
that
go
just
club,
means being sane and not being.
you'll be surprised. You'll be fucking surprised. I've seen people. Okay, a lot of people. The other one is delayed gratification. The concept of I want something now, but maybe it's better if I wait. Does it make sense?
Yeah, like for example, you want a new phone.
Like me saying I buy the car in December.
Exactly, that is delayed gratification.
See, I'm
You're still
responsible.
a fucking kid.
Same for me. Look, I wanted to get the new phone, but
That's why I bought it yesterday.
No.
You waited, but because there were no phone available.
Yeah, but I was like this time, you know. I went to the stores. No more. It was the 15 Pro. They didn't have it, so they just had the
Because
15.
everybody bought it.
They just didn't have the 15 Plus. So I was like, man, should I just get the 15 Plus? Fuck it, but I get a new phone. You know, I cannot go home with the 13. You know.
Do you bet? You know how earlier I said a few people have only $1,000 to spend.
Uh-huh.
Okay, wanna bet like most of them just bought the iPhone 15.
Yeah.
Wanna bet?
Mm.
I bet my ass on that shit.
For me, if I go to school,
Yes.
they all have the last shoes.
Fuck that. Okay, that's another thing. On top of BMWs and stuff is the shoes. Back
Not
to
talk
No, they're
What?
saying they have the,
about clothes because
Yeah.
you dress all on point with all the tailored clothes.
You know
So-
how old this is?
How old?
7 years old.
So-
I buy quality once and I keep it forever. My shoes are 7 years old. Okay, I don't shop every week. I shop once every couple of times and then I keep forever. Because here's the other thing: a peasant buys cheap clothes every year. A good person buys once and keeps forever. Loro Piana is better than H&M.
That's for sure.
Also financially, trust me.
No, financially, I don't agree. Whatever. Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Are we starting with tequila shots after this?
We can do that. We can do that. Also, by
Do
the
we
way,
go to
let me
Flash?
open up this thing because I'm bringing the prosciutto over here. Now back, I'm gonna walk a little bit outside. Back into the whole women discussion that we started earlier. What was it about? Because I want
You want to go on the risky field, you are.
Oh yes, I want to go to risky. Yes, this is a prosciutto. What were we talking about with women?
You said you wanted to talk about women.
Yes, no, but I started something. I wanted to explode on him. We were talking about treating
what are you gonna
women.
Yeah, let's talk about women. This guy cannot even cut some slices of prosciutto.
You cut this thing sideways, so you
It's
don't
fine,
even
it's
know.
our place anyway, so he can just fuck it up.
Shut the fuck up.
That's fine, I'm coming next Saturday, I'm coming hot.
Exactly. No,
Invite
women.
everybody.
Oh,
Guys,
actually,
next Saturday, next Thursday, it's my birthday, so if there's some people out in DC, you can message me.
massage me.
A resume.
You can send me your resume and I will think about it. And if you give me a good impression, there's another party on Saturday and you guys will be invited. And since his place, so we can destroy everything, doesn't matter. Go ahead, my friend.
Say it again. Say it again.
This prosciutto is really good.
Women, Europeans and American women.
Oh,
I
again.
talk to a lot of TikTokers, and I also stage, which means react to people, have debates about stuff, about how European men have the maturity towards women, and American women appreciate it a lot. Which I believe that there are a lot of good men in America too, but there is a general conviction that American men suck with American women. You're French, so you're cheating. Just for being French, you're cheating.
No.
That is very true. He goes to the clubs and you walk in and he's already talking to a woman.
No.
I don't remember last time seeing him coming home with us.
Huh?
I don't remember last time I saw him.
You got a motherfucker.
I would say hello to him before walking in, and then I would never talk to him for an entire night.
Because that's it. We pregame together. It's enough.
The only time I talk to you is whenever I see you with a woman, and then I film you two with a TikTok.
Yes, when you make a TikTok.
Fuck you.
No, that's not true.
But American men with women.
They're sucking.
That is maturity also.
What?
Being able to treat a woman properly. Being respectful, being upfront, being something like that. This will be the last one, then we're going to close it here.
Close what?
Destroy with a good quote about what I just said.
I was focused on the prosciutto.
Ah, fuck you guys. I just said, porco Dio, Madonna Santa.
He was like that on the prosciutto.
It's like he's looking at a beautiful backhand. Allora,
You're gonna say something else.
I was saying, I have a lot of debates on TikTok with American women about this that say that American men are trash, but I protect the American men, saying that there is a lot of very good American men out there. But there's a general conviction that European boys are more mature when it comes into the dating environment. They know how to treat a woman good, they know how to make her feel good and everything. Which is also a sign of maturity.
But you know why? We go back to, in my opinion, we go back to the part, so you know how I said that Americans are like more mature in the work environment because they start earlier?
Yes.
We start earlier.
Yes.
Because here you cannot drink until you're 21. So you cannot really take a girl out to a restaurant, have a glass of wine and all that until
Not
you're
even just
21.
a coffee. Yes.
Here, what happens? You go maybe to college, you go to a frat party, and you hook up with someone, and that's how the relationship starts.
No, in Italy, it's a process.
I want to say something. Here, so as you said, you can drink until 21. So once you're 21 and you start to party, you start to drink, you just want to go wild. So which means for like 2, 3, 4 years, you know, you don't really give a shit. You're just partying and stuff. And that's it, you know. But in France, Italy, let's say in Europe, it's 18.
And you don't know how to deal with alcohol.
Exactly, you know, exactly. You don't know how to.
It's what?
It's 18. I mean, no, I mean officially, but you can start. I mean,
yeah, much earlier.
I was drinking at 15. Nah,
13.
Before.
The first time I got completely blacked out.
At 10.
My mother used to put me to sleep with the pacifier put into the wine. I'm not kidding.
First year of high school, what is that? What age is that?
Yeah, it's like 12, 13,
13, 14.
14.
13, 14.
No, I think 14, 15.
That depends because
you get the moped at 14, and that was last year of middle school.
You had a moped?
So 15.
You know that the last person I can see on a moped is you.
Why?
I don't know.
Wait, what?
Like the
Because you were my passenger princess for the past summer.
I was a good passenger.
You were a good passenger princess. Best passenger princess.
But
Guys,
guys,
finish.
so I was saying, so in Europe, you're able to start drinking before, you know. So let's say you're wired for like between 16, 20, 21. But then at some point you're like, all right, you know, you're able to actually go on dates, just get a drink with girls and stuff like this, you know. So you're mature before, you know. Because here until like
But
25,
you know, it's not just even not just going on dates with girl, but like you start socializing much earlier, like going with grown-ups to bars,
Yes.
or your parents have a glass of wine at dinner in a
And they
restaurant.
invite you.
Yeah, all that is, as I said, you start earlier in Italy or Europe. You start, let's say, 6 years before.
You know, another thing that I believe puts Europeans in advantage. We have groups, we have cliques, which is a mix of boys and girls. So even whether it's just for friendship or in flirting, we always are in contact with each other when it comes to girls and boys. I believe here that people are much more separated.
And again, going back to
Just in school.
going back to the strict age limit for going to bars and drinking here you are much more like secluded, let's say, in your age group.
Yeah.
While in Europe, I was 16, 18, hanging out sometimes with 30 years olds.
Yeah.
But for example, I can give you my sister. My sister is younger than me. We used to fight until I became 16.
She's married.
Shit.
That's
He has a passion for sisters.
I believe she has a bigger dick than yours in terms of being badass. So be careful.
She's a badass.
Back to
She has a baddie.
Oh, she's badass. She's gonna fuck you up.
Okay,
go back
to your story. Go
she's military. Okay, she's military.
Another one. Fuck.
She shoots. She's gonna.
She's wild.
I feel like if you have to compare two, she's the man. What was I saying? At the age of 16 and she was 15, we realized that, hey, you have younger girlfriends and I have older boyfriends. Let's become partners in crime. And the partnership was very successful. Very successful. Very successful.
Partnership.
Guys, I'm going to close it here.
You got bored of us.
No, I'm going to close it here because I believe we have a lot. And we have a lot still more to talk.
But you have to close it with a toast.
Toast.
Let's toast to what I think was a very successful and pleasant talk between friends. Okay. And with the hope that we made everybody watching this feel a little bit of our friends as well.
I'm gonna add in saying I know.
Subscribe?
No.
Like?
No, I will say this. I will know that in 1 year it will be a couple of thousands of people watching. I know it already.
So we do in 1 year. We come back here. I mean, not.
No, we're gonna do multiple. I know this will be big.
We're coming back next Saturday.
We just started this shit. I've never done this shit. Okay.
Next Saturday, we're back.
Cheers,
next Saturday
prosciutto.
for my birthday.
Cheers, prosciutto.
Cheers, prosciutto.